Hi there, this is Simon Harrison with the Children of the Earth Foundation, and this is a short video to show you how to make a figure 4 deadfall trap. Now this is a primitive trap, and as such, at the time of making this video, it's actually illegal in the United States, except if you're in a survival situation. So my advice to you, if you're wanting to set one of these for real, is to check the laws in the states or the country where you live. However, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't make these, that we should practice our skills, set them up and knock them down and find out what works and what doesn't. You never know when you might need these skills to survive. So we've got 3 pieces plus our deadfall. Let's see what we need. First piece in this mechanism is our upright stick. The upright stick is carved into a screwdriver point at the top. And this is the first half of my trigger mechanism. I've got 2 sides that I've squared off to 90 degrees with each other. Next piece that comes in is my diagonal stick. And this is going to come in like this. So the cuts on this, to make this work, is a cut in there, and at the other end we've got another screwdriver tip that sits in like that. The last piece to come in is the bait stick, obviously because it's got the bait on it. Now we've used a juicy piece of apple for this. Hopefully, you know, a little rabbit or a squirrel is going to take our bait and trigger our trap for us. The 2 cuts on this bait stick, we've got one at the end here, and if I turn it a quarter rotation, this is the other half of my trigger mechanism that I've got in here. Let's just get that out of the way. There we go. Okay. Now if I try and hold this in mid-air for you, it's going to go like so, thus making a figure 4 from the sticks. Alright, let's set this up and let's see what happens. Now I've got my heavy deadfall here, okay? We've got a saying that you can't beat the trap, and what we mean by that is sooner or later, if you set enough of these traps, it's going to fall when you don't want it to fall. And if your hand's under there, well, you're going to be really upset pretty quickly. So what we do when we're setting these is we just get some kind of sort of safety mechanism in there. Okay, just move this rock a little. Okay. Now I've got a little rock here just to stop my upright being pushed down into the ground. Okay, so I've got my upright and my diagonal. My bait stick now comes in and hooks into here. Now I'm going to make this fairly sensitive, okay, because we're dealing with small animals. So if you want to get a real good look, we want the animal in this trap to come from this direction. Now I'll leave it up to you to work out how you can control that, and hopefully it's going to see that bait, it's going to push on the stick, and it's going to release from this 90-degree upright. So let's set this off. Now for obvious reasons, I'm not going to set this off with my hand, okay? So I've got a little stick to set this off with. Animal sees the bait, comes in, pushes on it, and there we go. So have fun with these traps. Do check the laws in your states. But that is a figure 4 deadfall trap with the Children of the Earth Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us.